Hello and welcome back to another week in new genre books. My name is Amelia, and from Locus Magazine we're going to talk about the new science fiction, fantasy, and horror books being published the week of October 1st, 2024. Thanks for being here. New fiction from Carl Knausgaard, Saba Tahir, Alan Moore, Eric Flint, Nevo, and Premi Mohammed, plus the long-awaited Dangerous Visions anthology. Please like this video and hit the subscribe button for more so that you stay up to date on all these new books coming out all the time. Thank you. First up, science fiction, we have 4 titles. From Eric Flint and Jody Lynn Nye, we have 1635, The Weaver's Code, out from Baen in hardcover and ebook. This is a science fiction time travel novel, 37th in the series begun in 1632. A young lady in London seeks out the Uptimers from West Virginia for help with her family's struggling wool business. They have been imprisoned in the tower and need help to escape. From Jacob Hollow, we have Freelancers of Neptune, out from Baen in hardcover and ebook. This is a far future science fiction novel, first in the Soul Blazers series, set in a reshaped solar system. A spaceship captain struggles to make ends meet, then he gets involved with a beautiful cat girl with a lead on a treasure trove of lost technology. From Yoko Tawada, we have Suggested in the Stars, out from New Directions in trade paperback and ebook. This is a near-future dystopian science fiction novel, sequel to Scattered All Over the Earth. Climate change has left Hiruko homeless and without anyone who speaks her language. She and her friends, one inexplicably mute, make their way to Copenhagen, where they find a strange hospital with a scary speech loss doctor, translated from the Japanese by Margaret Mitsutani. From Farah Heron, we have Remember Me Tomorrow, out from Skyscape in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a romantic mystery with science fiction elements. College students share a dorm room in 2 different timelines and somehow are able to communicate through texts. Eliza, a journalism student, and Jay, a student who went missing 5 months ago, try to figure out how to keep Jay from disappearing completely. Next up, horror, we have 5 titles. From Rivers Solomon, we have Model Home, out from MCD in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a haunted house horror novel. Black siblings raised in a spooky house in a white gated enclave in Texas have avoided it ever since. Together, they go back after their parents die unnatural, supernatural deaths. From Sophia Ajram, we have Coup de Grace, out from Titan Books in hardcover and ebook. This is an experimental horror novel in the form of a sort of choose-your-own-adventure novel. Vicken has a plan: throw himself into the St. Lawrence River in Montreal and end it all for good after a lifetime of pain. Stepping off the subway, he finds himself in an endless, looping station. From Lily Anderson, we have Killer House Party, out from Holt in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a darkly humorous young adult horror novel. A teen desperate to raise money for college throws a huge graduation party in her parents' newly acquired manor. The manor is haunted and full of countless horrors that won't allow anyone to leave. From Kelly Armstrong, we have I'll Be Waiting, out from St. Martin's in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a supernatural horror novel. A grieving widow heard her dying husband say to her, "I'll be waiting for you." Someone embellished that story and took it to the press, leaving her hounded by spiritualists. Then, as soon as one medium begins to work, strange things start happening. From Tammy Armstrong, we have Pearly Everlasting, out from Harper in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a novel with elements of horror folklore. A teenage girl is raised in a lumber camp with a bear for a brother. When a new boss sells the bear, she sets out to rescue him, even if it means meeting the devilish beings her father's warned her about her whole life. From Kay Chronister, we have The Bog Wife, out from Counterpoint in trade paperback ebook and audio. This is an eco-gothic Appalachian folktale with horror elements. A family in West Virginia has a long-standing covenant with a cranberry bog. It sustains them, and every generation their patriarch is sacrificed in return for a bog wife, a woman meant to carry on the family line. Until one year, the bog either fails or refuses to honor the bargain. From Crystal Sights, we have Inheritance of Scars, out from McElderry in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a young adult fantasy horror novel based on Norse mythology. Astrid goes searching in a dangerous forest full of monsters to find her missing grandmother. While searching, she uncovers greater mysteries, including a conflict going back generations and an ancient blood oath. Next up, fantasy, we have 9 titles. From Nevo, we have The City in Glass, out from Tor.com in hardcover ebook and audio. This is a fantasy novel. The demon Vitrine loves the city of Azrael. Then the angels come and the city falls. In the aftermath, Vitrine and an angel rebuild. When war threatens everything they have built, Vitrine and her angel must decide whether they will let the city fall again. From Maxi Dara, we have A Grim Reaper's Guide to Catching a Killer, out from Berkeley in trade paperback ebook and audio. This is a fantasy mystery novel. Catherine Valens is 42, mid-divorce, pregnant with her ex's baby, and working as a modern-day Grim Reaper. When she goes to retrieve her next client, a teenage boy, his soul is missing. He insists that he was murdered, and he refuses to move on until she solves the mystery of who killed him. From Alan Moore, we have The Great When, out from Bloomsbury, USA in hardcover and ebook. This is a fantasy novel, the first in the Long London series, about murder and magic in post-World War II London. Teen Dennis, sent to retrieve some rare books, finds one that should not exist and comes from a version of London beyond time. From Catherine Doyle, we have The Dagger and the Flame, out from McElderry in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a young adult fantasy novel, first in the series, The City of Fantôme. Two rival guilds, the Cloaks and the Daggers, grapple for control of Fantôme's underworld. Sarah of the Cloaks has rare shade magic and is seeking revenge for the murder of her mother, while Ransom is heir to the Daggers. From Kevin Hearn, we have Candle and Crow, out from Del Rey in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a fantasy novel, third and final in the Ink and Sigil series. Al McBarris has a most unusual job. He's a practitioner of ink and sigil magic, tasked with keeping order among the gods and monsters that dwell hidden in the human world. There's one supernatural mystery he's never been able to solve. Years ago, someone cast twin curses on him that killed off his apprentices and drove away loved ones. From Sasha Lamb, we have The Forbidden Book, out from Levine Querido in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a young adult fantasy novel based on Jewish folklore. At 17, Sorrel runs away from her wedding and disguises herself as a man, but the name she picks belongs to a man a lot of people want dead. She's drawn to a dark underworld where criminals and wicked angels fight to control the Jewish community. From Anne Liang, we have A Song to Drown Rivers, out from St. Martin's in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a fantasy novel retelling the story of Xi, one of the famous four beauties of ancient China. Xi's beauty seemed destined to lead her to marry well and support her family. When she draws the attention of a young military advisor from a rival kingdom, she has the opportunity to use her beauty for spycraft instead. From Saba Tahir, we have Air, out from Putnam in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a young adult fantasy novel set 20 years after Ember in the Ashes. Three young people grapple with power, treachery, love, and the devastating consequences of unchecked greed on a journey that may cost them their lives. From Young Yun Yun, we have The Marigold Mind Laundry, out from Dial in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a fantasy novel. Ji-yoon is proprietor of the Marigold Mind Laundry, its service to remove the deepest pain from our hearts. Ji-yoon listens while customers share their unhappy memories and transfers their sadness onto t-shirts as stains. After a spin in the washing machine, the stains become flower petals that soar into the air, and Ji-yoon's customers find solace. Translated from the Korean by Shanna Tan. Finally, in collections and anthologies, we have two titles. From Harlan Ellison and J. Michael Straczynski, we have The Last Dangerous Visions, out from Blackstone Publishing in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is an original anthology, third and final in the Dangerous Visions series started by Ellison, and after 50 years, finally finished, with 23 stories plus a series of 8 pieces, short shorts, and prose poems sprinkled throughout. Final editor J. Michael Straczynski provides a general introduction, discussion of Ellison, story notes, and more. Authors include Mildred Downey Broxson, James S.A. Corey, Cory Doctorow, P.C. Hodgel, and A.E. Van Vogt. Includes one story introduction by Ellison, illustrated by Tim Kirk. From Michael Kelly and Premi Muhammad, we have Northern Nights, out from Undertow in trade paperback and ebook. This is an original anthology of 20 strange horror stories by Canadian authors. Authors include Sylvia Moreno Garcia, Premi Muhammad, David Nichol, Nabin Ruthnam, and A.C. Wise. That wraps up this week. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn notifications on so that YouTube can help us connect. Drop us a comment and let us know what books you are looking forward to. Locus is a 501c3 nonprofit. We couldn't do this work without your support. You can subscribe to the magazine at locusmag.com, join the Patreon family at patreon.com/locus, or follow us on most platforms at Locus Mag and at Locus Magazine. We'll see you next week with more new books.